Guys, how's it going? Okay, so today is going to be a bit of a different tutorial than I usually do. First of all, you don't have to listen to me yap so much at the beginning. You don't have to look at my face. I had said in a previous video that I was going to show you guys the easy way that I do a Peekaboo glitter, and ignore this is Sharpie that I got on top of my gel overlay. Anyways, I told you I was going to do how I do a Peekaboo glitter a little bit easier because a lot of people have been complaining about it being kind of a pain in the butt because people are like doing their glitter, then they're doing their dip over top and then filing away so that you can see more of the glitter. And that is a bit of a pain, so agreed. I have a bit of a faster way that I do it. I don't know if it's faster than how other people are doing it. I truly haven't watched any YouTube tutorials because I just haven't had time. So this is the way that I do it. This is the way I know how to do it. And so yeah, I'm going to jump right into it. First of all, I'm going to be using dip liquids to do this. Typically these days I am a gel method girl, but I truly do really love this new liquid formulation, and I've been using it a ton. So I'm going to be using the dip liquids to do this. You can do the glitter bit at the bottom in kind of a few different ways. I have a clean swatch stick here because you can do it in like a pour over method. And I also have my ombre brush here because you can do it that way. It just really depends on what you're more comfortable with doing. I'm probably going to do it in a pour over method. Doing it with the ombre brush is a little bit more like you got to move a little bit faster, and I don't really want to. Let's take the stress out of doing all of this. So yeah, my ombre brush can go away. So how you're going to do this is I'm going to put the glitter away for a second, and this is actually a new glitter that's coming that you haven't seen yet, but you're going to see obviously in this video. And I'm going to use Sparrow as my base because it is like a semi-transparent pink and you can kind of build layers with it, and it's just kind of the perfect pink. So this is what I'm going to use as my base. So let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. All right, so you will take your base, open it up, and I'm really just going to show you on one nail, but I'll show you the full mani at the end of this video. And then, sorry, please hold. I have to get an alcohol wipe to clean this nail. I don't know, is this embarrassing? It might be for some people. It's not for me. I don't really have any shame though. I have a little bit of purple hair dye on my finger because I scratched my head because I redid my purple roots. And if you've ever used fashion colors on your hair, you know that it sticks on your scalp until you shampoo really, really good 1 or 2 times, and then it starts to fade. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's like a double-edged sword. All right, there we go. What in the world? I got a bubble under my fill. Whatever. And like I said, yeah, this is Sharpie. I was playing with the kids and I got Sharpie on my gel overlay, and it just simply doesn't come off. Okay, so that is all dried up. So for the Peekaboo, what you're going to want to do is take your base, and for your first layer, do it on 3/4 of your nail. This is a very strange way for me to be doing my nails. I typically hold it towards myself like this, like I'm doing, but I figure this is kind of a bit easier for you guys to see. So lay your base down on 3/4 of your nail and go into your base layer. Do a dip, tap it off. You know what, let me just do 2 nails because I can just do them on camera then and you can see it twice, and I am closer to being done my mani then. 3/4 of the nail. Have I mentioned how much I love these new liquids? And the brush? The brush is, I mean, I liked my old brush, but this brush is just, it really does it. It does it for me. I enjoy it. All right, so there's my 2 nails, and I'm going to take my nail brush. By the way, I go through about 5 of these a week. And when I say I go through them, I don't mean like I use them and I throw them out. I use about 5 of them a week, and then I like throw them through the dishwasher and they're nice and clean again. But like, just to tell you I'm not lying or show you I'm not lying, here is 3 that I've been using so far this week. Here is the 4th I've been using this week. And then here is my 5th. I use them all the time. I use them for everything. Okay, so we're brushing off any excess. Okay, and then for the second layer of this manicure, you are going to do a full dip. So this is where you'd have to get into, you know, like dealing with cuticle lines or whatever the case is. All right, so that's the full nail, and I'm going to dip it, tap off, and use my handy dotting tool that I have filed to a sharp point to do my cuticle lines. All right. And now the second finger that I'm showing you guys, a full layer of your base color. This is so weird for me to be doing my nails like this. It's actually really hard because I haven't painted my nails like this in years at this point. Okay, my rude ass phone cut me off again. So I have these 2 done. Well, with the glitter. And I'm going to show you, hopefully, fully with this nail, how to do from your base or from your cuticle with the base. Okay, so starting at your cuticle, do 1/3 of your nail. And it's gonna feel weird to stop there, but just trust me, do it anyway. All right, and then pour over your glitter. Tap off. Press anything down that is not super stuck. The chunky bits of glitter are kind of tricky when it comes to pour over. They just don't want to, they don't want to stay on when you do pour over. And that's kind of a reason why I don't love pour over. I almost never do it unless I'm doing an ombre or something. Anyways, that chunky bit actually stayed pretty well. I'm kind of surprised. Okay, so that's how it's going to look then. I'm going to do this nail as well because I've got that all prepped. I might as well. Because while I was clearing off old videos and stuff from my phone, I had time to prep these other nails and get them to the point of needing the pour over glitter. So here we go. And I love this new glitter so much. I can't wait to show you guys like a full swatch of it and get it up on the site for you. It's beautiful. So here we are, and we have the glitter on the lower portion of the nail. And the next step is, again, you want to go get rid of that. Go back in with your base, whatever you're using as your base color. And you're going to do another layer of your base, but you're going to do it from, again, probably like 3/4 and up. So you're going to have a concentration of undisturbed and not covered glitter by your cuticle. And then you're going to have this portion here that is covered by your semi-translucent dip base that you have chosen. So I am going to go ahead and do that for you, and hopefully my phone camera cooperates. It keeps getting too hot and shutting down, and I'm not sure why. I took the case off and everything, but you know, such is life. Here we are. All right, I forgot I'm doing it like this. Okay. Dip. This part's pretty speedy, which is kind of fun because you see it come together pretty quickly. And I honestly just, this new glitter, oh, I love it so much. It's kind of, like it's bright and shifty, but it's also a little bit like there's dark tones in it, and I kind of love that about it. I mean, obviously, you guys know that I'm all about the bright colors, and like spring is my thing. Spring and summer colors, I love them so much, but there's also so much to be said for a moody dip. So much. This is so hard for me to paint base on my nails this way. I even got my thumb done while my phone was going down. It's also weird for me to be dipping. Like I almost never like dip into jars anymore. I usually just like lay on top. Or to be honest with you, I pretty much always pour things into not a cupcake liner, a coffee filter, because my nails are typically a lot longer than this and they don't fit in a cupcake liner. And I don't know. Sometimes we don't fit into a cupcake liner anymore. That's okay. I am gonna do another layer of Sparrow on top in the same fashion that I just did it, 3/4 of the way up. It is a very sheer dip, and it's supposed to be, but it doesn't do that like crazy peekaboo bit that I want to, but it will with another layer. Oh yeah, I gotta do it this way, I forgot. And these dip liquids are incredibly thin. Like it does a very, very thin layer, so I'm not at all concerned about the thickness of my nail. There we go, that's perfect. With doing an extra layer. So if you're using a base or a cover layer, I guess, while you're doing a peekaboo, if you're using these liquids, you don't have to worry about it if you have to go back in for another layer on these, on the top 3/4. Okay, so here we are at this point. I have the second 3/4 layer of Sparrow done. I'm gonna activate really quick. And as I was saying, the liquids create really thin layers, so you don't have to worry if you have to go in and do a second 3/4 layer dip over top for your peekaboo, because like I've got, how many layers have I got on there? That's, I mean, yeah, it's a little chonky there, but we're gonna do a full layer of clear over top and file everything perfectly smooth. But yeah, those aren't what I would consider thick nails, considering how many layers we've got on here. So I'm gonna let this activator set up, and then I'm going to go in, do a full dip of clear over the whole nail, and I don't think I have said anything, but I have a new clear, and it is a crystal. It is crystal clear. It will not mess up any of your glitters, I promise. But I'm gonna come back and show you guys once I have the full dip of clear on these and have it activated so I can show you how I filed this. Yeah, trying to keep this one short. So I will see you guys once I have my clear on and it's activated. Okay guys, so I have got everything on. I have my clear on and I have activated. So typically I would just, you do your, I did this off camera also, sorry. Just do your final shaping, clean up your edges, make sure everything's nice and sharp, and I've done that, kind of. That's a little bit uneven. And yeah, you can just go in because you have your glitter protected with your clear dip. And just do a final buffing like you typically would with any dip. Like just use your buffing block and buff. So I'm gonna do that. And this is where I would usually go and wash my nails with just plain water, but because I am filming this for you, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna use an alcohol wipe and get away any of the nail dust. so that I can go in with my final activator and do top coat for you guys. And see this Sharpie, even with pure alcohol, doesn't go anywhere. Don't know why. Very weird. I don't know. Okay, so that is pretty much all dry. So I'm gonna close up my base because I don't need it anymore. I'm gonna grab my top coat, my number 3 dip gloss, open that up, get it ready, and I'm still using my liquid layers bottle rest. I still love this thing. I had a couple of them, but my daughter got into them and made a bit of a mess. So she broke the base off of 2 of them, so now I only have 1 left. Makes me sad, but I use it for what I'm actively using. Like I don't need for activator, but for my top coat and for base, I like to use it still. Okay, so I'm going to activate real quick. And with this new dip liquid system, you have no wait time between activator and top coat. All you're waiting for with these, I have a fuzz on there. All you're waiting for with this activator before you go in with your top coat is to take a look and make sure that the surface of your fingernail looks dry. It doesn't need to cure for 2 minutes. It doesn't need to fully absorb. It just needs to look dry. So still a little bit wet looking. That is good enough for me. Okay, so now we're going in with top coat. And still the same as usual, your first layer of top coat is a quick 2 swiper. If you can get away with 1 swipe, sometimes I can on my pinky. Yeah, perfect. Okay. I have very small childlike hands. They are ridiculously small. So sometimes I can get away with just 1 swipe for top coat per nail. I'm not sure why they're this small. I'm not a big person. I'm a pretty small individual. I'm short, even though everybody thinks I'm tall. Even when they meet me, they think that I'm a tall person, and I don't know why, because they see me in person, literally in person, and they still think that I'm tall, but I'm quite short. All right, can I get the second coat in 1 swipe? I could. Oh man. Okay. This second layer of top coat, I like to kind of float on, and by floating on, I mean like have kind of an excess on your brush, and just like don't use the brush to swipe across your nail. Like use the brush to push that top coat over the top. Does that make sense? Yeah, of course it does. You guys are smart. You know what I'm talking about. And that is the completed glitter peekaboo. And I think Sparrow might be a touch too translucent for this, but I still think it's really pretty. And this new glitter, I did a quick swatch for you guys so that I could show you a full swatch of this glitter. And there she is. I don't know what I'm going to name it yet. I will release it with the other few dips that I have that I want to get out as soon as possible. They're not part of a collection. They're just going into the core, but I want to get them to you guys because I love them so much. And this is one of the ones that's going to be going in there. I have dust all over my hand. I'm sorry if that offends anybody. But, oh, this glitter. And as a peekaboo. So pretty. Oh, and the shine on this top coat. Oh, look at that. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging in while I'm filming on my phone for the first time in a long time, and the overheating and all that stuff, and having to start on different nails and all that baloney. Thank you guys for hanging in. I will see you on the next tutorial. I'm always super happy for suggestions, questions. Please do this, please don't do that. You know, any of that stuff. Always, always, always want to hear from you guys. And I will see you in the Facebook group or talk to you soon in the comments. Bye, guys.